Hi there, my name's Adrian. I'm sales manager here for Anchor EV. Just going to give you a little bit of an insight into what it is we're trying to do here. Obviously here, got an awful lot of vehicles to sell, but most importantly, want to talk to you a little bit about what else we can offer you today.
Let's get started.
Hiya, so here we are today looking at the Vauxhall Corsa. This particular one, it's the 2020 model. This one's in the Elite trim, and this one obviously in the lovely Power Orange. Really nice little sort of almost like a first time car for a lot of people. The Vauxhall Corsa, obviously, when I was young, everybody was driving Corsas. I think now there's a lot of different options in the market, but with the new electric Corsa, I think it's added something really distinct to the Vauxhall range. This particular car, you're looking at 7.6 seconds to 60, so no slouch, sort of ties back in with almost the hot hatch heritage of Vauxhall. Very dynamic car to drive for an electric vehicle. So this particular car is a 7.4 kilowatt charge version. What that really means with this vehicle, with your home charging setup at 7 kilowatt, this car wonderfully compatible with all the home chargers out there. What sets the Vauxhall Corsa aside, this car will be at 100 kilowatt for direct charging. Now, a lot of the smaller vehicles out there working on 50 kilowatt direct charging means it's going to take twice as long to get that power into it when you're out on the run. With something like this, you're going to get between 20 and 80% in about 40 minutes. So really, really quick charging. So two different trim levels. As I say, this one is the Elite version. You've also got the SE Nav. Quite a big price difference when these cars were new, but what you're going to find in the used sector, anywhere between sort of 500 and 800 pounds as a difference. And I think given the level of specification, really worthwhile sort of looking into that Elite trim, assuming your budget allows. For that, you're going to add in the front parking sensors. Coming across the vehicle, we've got the LED headlights. And then as I come around here, you get the 16-inch alloy wheels. And up onto the mirror, the blind spot monitoring for the vehicle. So again, watching that rear 3/4 blind spot, just making sure we're not doing anything too silly. Car's got to keep an eye out for you. Okay, so going to have a little look into the boot space on the vehicle. This particular car offering 309 litres in its current format with the seats up. That's going to go up to 1,118 litres of space once we get these seats down. So I guess one of the downsides with the boots on these small cars, they always have this little bit of a step up once those seats are down. Makes it a tiny bit more difficult as you're trying to get stuff in. So if you are somebody who's constantly loading up the car, constantly getting those seats down, it's definitely something to consider. So this particular car capable of 7.4 kilowatt home charging. So with your home charge installers, that's going to work perfectly for you. One of the lovely things with the Corsa though, it's capable of 100 kilowatt charging on the direct chargers. So as I just open the port here, top charge socket, that's going to be working for your 7.4 kilowatt home charger. Just looking down at the bottom here, you've also got access into the DC charger for the vehicle. So whilst your home charge install, you're just going to be using this type of charger. When you're out and about and want to get charge into this vehicle as quickly as possible, you'll find there's sort of a big double charger there, and that's when you're going to need access into both of those ports. Nice thing again with a Vauxhall Corsa, have got the option here, and you see the small button, that's going to work. It's going to allow you access into timed charging. What this is going to do, it's going to take advantage of those cheap energy tariffs out there, this cheap off-peak power that's available. And currently you can get about 6.9 pence per kilowatt from some of the energy providers. So if you tap into this, charge it at the right time, charge it through the night, that 7.4 kilowatts is going to charge the car from 0 to 100 in about 8.5 hours. By using that charger, tapping into cheap electric, you're going to transform your energy bill. So just going to have a little look at rear legroom on this car. As I step in now, what I've done with this, I've set that driver's seat to my driving position. I'm a tiny bit over 6 foot. So what it does mean is that the car is, you know, it's a little bit cramped in the back here. There's no two ways about it. Probably not a car you buy to be carrying rear passengers constantly, but certainly, and I think you can see, a little bit of a scoop in the back of the seat, opens up the knee room a touch. I can get my feet under the seat. So actually I've got a little bit of a range of movement here. So I think for journeys, half an hour, something like that, probably going to find actually comfortable enough. So just going to have a look at the passenger space in the vehicle. So nice and open again, sort of gives a nice little bit of room around it. One of the things I really like that Vauxhall have done with these cars though, height adjustment on the passenger seat. Now, I've been selling cars for a long time. Obviously here we're just reviewing. So what I'm actually quite impressed with, so often that passenger gets left out. Passenger sits there, can't quite see out, doesn't feel quite so comfortable. Little bit of height adjustment makes all the difference. So, nice here, got myself in a nice comfortable position. One of the things that's really worth noting on this, again, difference between the Elite spec and the SE spec. With the Elite, you're looking at a 10-inch touchscreen in the middle there. With the SE, moves down to a 7-inch. So sat here, nice controls on the steering wheel. Just looking across here, we've got our cruise control just on the left-hand side. Little bit of access through those buttons. One of the really nice features, and again, something that's distinct on this Elite trim version of the vehicle, got your heated steering wheel. Control for the volume for the audio, controlling between your various preset radio stations, and obviously there with your mobile phone controls. Horn in the middle. Coming into our heater controls. So across here again, you'll see the heated seat controls, left and right, separate for driver and passenger. Now, great tip out there for those that are driving electric vehicles. It's far more economic to use your heated seats than it is for your climate control. Now we move up, obviously, into the main infotainment system. Going to be very, very honest with you here. The Vauxhall infotainment system, it's a tiny, tiny bit clunky compared to some of them out there. I think the Peugeot E208, on which this car sort of shares a lot of the platform, I think they do it a tiny bit better. Don't get me wrong, Vauxhall's got an awful lot going for it in other areas, but just maybe tiny bit slower to respond sometimes. Into the nav unit there, takes a moment just coming up. We're not talking forever, you know, split seconds here, but something that I have noted with it. So as I come back into the main apps, got Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, always a fabulous option, getting those apps up from your phone, giving you access to Google Maps, Waze, some of these better mapping systems that are out there. Climate control, all displayed on the unit here. So as we start to turn those, you'll see it just changing for your controls. You can split it, so your driver and your passenger can set 2 different temperatures. You're anything like me, I like it a little bit cooler in a car. My partner, she loves it nice and hot, so let's turn that one right up for her. All the buttons seem to be in exactly the right position. What you've also got on this, and you'll note here the D and the B, sort of braking, that regenerative braking that electric vehicles do to harness that power that's usually been wasted in vehicles, and just use that to top up the battery a touch, give you a little bit of additional range from it. So there we go, the Vauxhall e-Corsa, as I say, this one the Elite trim. Got to say, been really impressed by this car as I've gone through it. As ever, any more information you want, any advice you want, and that's something we're really trying to do here, offering the advice, not just working from a sales point of view. I want people to understand these vehicles, know what's good, know what's bad. If you're looking at an electric car, if you want a little bit of advice from someone who's been working with these cars for a long while now, give us a shout, follow the details below. You'll find links to all of our vehicles and links to the rest of our reviews. Thank you.